I've been talking for a long time about maybe praying also to be able to lead. Let me say, to be able to follow my own lead. I have a I have a notebook here of plans for us. And it goes over to the next page. Something from there is likely to show up, but I think it was Phyllis who I was talking to yesterday, and I was saying, and she was I say, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. And she said, well, haven't you been saying that you want to just be present and see what comes? And yeah, I have been. And I'd like to be with you in that way today. We're all on the brink of something. Something maybe in the next minute in our lives, or getting back out into the world, the process of after this year of being at home. We're on the brink of something. And how we have this chance. We have it every moment, but we also have it as a world, as a society of moving out into the world from freshness, from something more real than going back to what it was, or going from habit or fear or I've got to, or unawareness. So, are you ready? Am I ready to be here? Because where else do we go from except here? Am I ready? Are you ready to be here and to discover what our next movements are? Can I trust that I can follow my own lead and that it will be worth something? That I will be able to be of service from not knowing, from following, from leading by following. So at this moment, are you on the brink of something? Have you noticed that maybe a shoulder is tight, and when you notice it, it lets go? Is there something about the way you're sitting? But wait, don't rush to change anything. I noticed I was about to rush because, I know how to sit. We all, we're sensory aware. We know how to sit. But am I moved from within? Who knows where? Maybe from to to find a little bit more comfort. We don't even know yet that it'll be more comfortable, but maybe we feel some inner movement that says, yeah, a little something, maybe that wasn't quite it. I'm always on the brink of something that's calling to me. Can I hear the call? If I were to ask you to raise one arm, go ahead. Raise one arm, and then allow it to come back down again. And what went into raising that arm? Was it already up before you knew it? Sometimes in raising an arm, it's up, and there was some awareness, perhaps. Maybe it wasn't a habit. Maybe it wasn't like somebody said, raise your arm, and I'm back in school. I'm back in second grade, and I want to be called on. That's like a habit. Sometimes there was an awareness. And sometimes there's an awareness of the awareness. I'm going to be asking you to raise your arm. And even as I say that, is there any feeling in an arm that's already ready? Is it like an impetus? Is there a little excitement in one or the other of your arms that it's like you're just waiting for me to say, for the shotgun to go off and the race begins? And if there is, maybe there isn't, but if there is, maybe no one can see it. Maybe there's even already a little movement happening. None of us would be able to see it. It's so tiny. But if you can't stand it anymore and you've just got to raise your arm, but wait until it comes to that. Maybe it won't even come to that. Maybe there's something else that you're itching to do. But if something moves you to raise your arm and you're there for it, what else is going on with you? Is there some expression on your face that is surprising you? Or maybe the other arm. That's what it seems to be for me. Maybe there's something else for you. There's some like itchiness in my other arm to be up here in the ethers. And if anything else, if you're moved, if you're moved and you're aware that you're being moved, can you allow that to happen? Maybe, who knows where this might take you? Who knows where these moments might take us? Who knows who we are? Maybe it's enough. And maybe you know it's enough because your arms are coming down or you're moving more. But is there some awareness of the awareness? Not that you're separate from yourself, but maybe that you're more yourself. And how is breathing now? What's being held back? Is there something that you're noticing that there's some, maybe some movement that's being held back that started, but I don't know, you thought that we were all going to stay seated, or which we can, but I'm feeling a little something in one of my legs that's like it's wanting to push me up, and I follow that. Could be something very different for you. You are your own leader in this class. We all have the possibility of being our own sensory awareness leader. I'd like to invite you to take a few minutes, a minute or two, to listen carefully to any call from within. Allow it to develop until you're so sure that it happens by itself. And allow yourself to be you. It's a chance to allow yourself to be fully you. Even noticing any resistance that there might be to that. Or some thought, what does that mean to be fully me? Doesn't have to be any big deal. There's a difference between being automatic and being present. even with our automaticity, can we be present and follow what comes? Maybe love what comes. Maybe it's to be still. And then some invitation comes from within you to move. And if it feels right, would you follow how you would come back to sitting if you've been moving? How you've been to come back to sitting with us? As you notice the expression on your face, just to, as you, can you just be there for, with the expression on your face? Just your face, your face. And to just be there with it, with yourself, aware of whatever is there on and in your face. Just stay with that for a moment and just see if anything changes with awareness. Maybe it's not your face, maybe it's your breathing. But maybe there is something about the face that you offer to the world. And maybe it's that as you gaze at the other people in the room here, in our room, is there anything that wants to change in your face? And will you allow it if there is? Anything that wants to let go, anything that's been waiting to come alive. Could be the slightest change. Or maybe it's your shoulder. Your jaw. The space between your eyes. Maybe your eyes want to close. Is there any movement in your eyelids? If you've closed your eyes, is there any movement deep inside your eyelids? So, the way I'd like to come to the ending of this class and the beginning of our what we move into from here is if you would find, if you can find in you the interest, the curiosity, Kate mentioned curiosity, of seeing what would happen if you allowed your hands to simply reach out to touch the person next to you in this circle. Just easily, however it is for you, to find the hands of the person sitting next to you. You might want to close your eyes, or if you're on the gallery view, just know that those people are connected with you in this moment. And let's just be quiet for a couple of moments together. And just notice there may be some thoughts of, oh, this isn't really happening. And then how is it in your hands? What do your hands tell you? What is your what do your arms tell you? What does your breathing tell you? If you let your seeing get softer and wider, is it possible that you're present with everyone else in this room? And then at some point, when you're ready, allow your hands to let go and maybe come back to yourself. So we are all in this life together. We're all in this coming to a change in this pandemic together. how we move on. It's possible for us to move on from greater awareness of every interaction we have with someone else, with the chair that we're sitting in, with the way we prepare our meal, how we look at ourselves in the mirror. How much love we're aware of. The love is there. Thank you very much.